So what I like to do is fill up some drinking water while the cleaning is happening. Fill up my 2.5, fill up my 11.5, and what you're gonna need is your e-cleaning powder. I got this from Enagic. It's basically citric acid in powder form, and your machine comes with, I believe, 6 smaller packets of this, about this big. I think that's good for 3 cleanings, so you're gonna need more. So I would go ahead and even order it with your machine if you wanted to, just so you have it. And then the other supplies you need are the secondary hose cap, which goes, it's just gonna go on the smaller hose, so down here. It's gonna go on like that, actually like that. And we'll go through on the e-clean. It tells you step by step basically what to do. You're gonna need your cleaning tank and the cap, which basically goes where the other tank comes out. And you have your filter cap. And make sure that you have the washers on here, because I've done it before where the washers from the other tank that you take out of your machine do not come off. They actually stay in the machine, and I've put them on with double washers and water's just like gotten everywhere. So I'll go over that again when we get to that step. But here's the scoop, and I just keep everything in a little box so it's all together. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna turn on your machine. You're gonna go to settings down here. You're gonna go to e-cleaning instructions. You're gonna say yes. And so step 1 is pour 2 packets of the cleaning powder into the cleaning tank. Fill with 370 milliliters of water and mix thoroughly. So I believe it's 2 scoops. Oh no, I'm sorry. 1 rounded scoop if you're using the scooper that comes with the e-cleaning powder. You're going to use 1 rounded scoop. So there. 1 rounded scoop. And I like to use the clean water, so go ahead and go back to your I'm just gonna cancel out of that so I can get clean water. So I guess what I would do beforehand is fill up a glass of clean water, the 7.0 pH water. And go ahead and pour that. I'm going to be filling up this tank. And that wasn't enough, so and you go ahead and put your cap on. Then we're going to go back to the instructions again. Sorry about that. Where am I going? E-cleaning. Yes. Alright, so we added the water, and you want to shake this up really well. So 2 packets of the cleaning powder, or 1 heaping scoop, rounded scoop of the cleaning powder. Mix it with the 7.0 water. Mix thoroughly. And then you want to take out your electrolysis enhancer tank. And just put that off to the side. And you're going to insert your e-cleaning tank. Just going to stick it a little more. You really want that citric acid to dissolve into the water. And what actually what is also recommended is you take a clean, moist towel and just wipe down the inside here, because I've heard that you can get some buildup. I'm not going to do that right now, but it is recommended that you do that when you do the cleaning. And then go ahead and put the cover back on. And that's not on there correctly. So I find that it doesn't go in. You just have to rearrange how you're putting on the cap. Not sure. Okay, there we go. Because you want this to fit in snugly. So what I do, I'm just going to see if I can show you this. You line up where it says open. You're going to line that up on the arrow, push it on, and twist it to tighten it. So line up your open with this arrow here and twist it to where it says closed here. So that's how you put the cap on the cleaning tank. And the same with the electrolysis enhancer. All right, so we'll get back to our instructions here. Insert the cleaning tank, remove the filter, and install the cleaning cartridge. So take off the cap, put that right here. And to get out the filter, you're going to pull this white lever over. And so here's what I was talking about before. Just going to empty out a little bit of the water. So I mentioned before about the little black rubber washers. They often stay in the machine when I take the filter out. So you're going to want to make sure that you take these out of the machine. I'll have to get that one out in a second. But they go back, make sure they go back on your filter. Just like that, there's one.
Powering on.
A little tricky to get out. I'm gonna get a chopstick here. And yeah, here's the other one. They're two different sizes, so it's pretty easy to figure out which one goes on where. You want to make sure you put them back on your filter. It's very important, because if they get left in the machine and you try to put your cleaning cap on top, you don't get that proper seal and you will get water all over your kitchen. I've definitely done that before. So this goes right in where the filter was. Make sure you line up the holes. And you're going to put this little doodad back on and lock it in there. So you got to make sure that you put that white piece back on to lock it in place. And I like to put the cover back on just so I don't lose it. Alright, so remove the filter and install the cleaning cartridge. We did that. Put the cap on the secondary hose. So here's your little red cap. It's got two ends, a big end and a little end. You're going to put the little end on your secondary hose and just push it on there so it's tight. And what I also like to do is put your primary hose facing up. I don't know if you can see that. Put it facing up so the water stays in there and the citric acid just kind of stays in and washes that hose out pretty good. So secondary cap on and start to begin the cleaning. So we've got our cleaning solution in there. We put the cap on our filter. We got the secondary hose on, and you want to tilt this up, the top hose up. And we're good to go. So again, I said this is going to take about 3 hours. And then you do have to run the water at the end it'll prompt you to do that, so you just got to pay attention when it's finished. Make sure you do that. And yeah, that's how you do your cleaning. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. So cleaning time remaining 3 hours. Cool. So that's how you clean your K8.